Hey guys, so I had a rapture dream last night and I wanted to share it with you. I've had a few rapture dreams over the past 4 years that I've been a Christian, some more intense than others. But last night my dream was that I was on the street in the city, and basically the sky turned like pitch black, but it was also like a purplish. It was like some strange dark colors to where we've never seen any kind of colors like that before. It wasn't just like a regular storm, but at the same time, it was definitely like some kind of storm was about to brew and hit. And so the sky turned completely blackish, purplish blue. It was like 3 or 4 different dark, but like neonish colors. And it was a feeling of impending doom in a sense. At the same time, I knew it was signaling the rapture. So I was completely excited and ready to go. And I was like giddy, like a little kid on Christmas, or some other better analogy that escapes me right now. You know? Yeah, better than Christmas, better than a kid on Christmas. That's nothing. That's nothing compared to what I felt. Right? And, you know, maybe like a baby who sees his mom after he hasn't seen her for a little while. That's probably the best you could compare the feeling that I felt knowing that Jesus Christ was there and going to take me home. It's like a child who hasn't seen his mom, and his mom shows up with open arms and a big smile. Honey, I'm home, right? Where have you been, my son? And he takes his bride up into his arms. Now, in the dream, that's basically what happened. It got super dark like that, and I knew it was the rapture. I was with a friend, and it was like, this is it, this is it. And then all of a sudden, it receded, and it got light again. So there was no rapture, and it was a bit of a disappointment. Actually, I don't remember being disappointed in the dream. Logically, I would have been disappointed. Now that I'm awake, I'm thinking about it. But I don't remember feeling disappointed in the dream. But there was a sort of knowing that, okay, this is coming. It's coming soon. It's going to happen soon. And this is how it's going to happen. There's going to be pitch black. It's going to be super dark. And this is how we're going to know. We're going to know an instant before the rapture that it is the rapture. And we're going to be raptured. Now, I don't know that for sure. That's not biblical, right? However, I have heard other Christians on Rapture and Watcher YouTube channels that have talked about this. I believe it's Brother Chris at Global Watchers or Global Rapture Watchers. He talks about this, and he believes very strongly. I think he saw it in a dream that it would basically be a humongous, crazy storm right before the rapture, and the sky would turn like pitch black, like I saw it. All right, and that's what I saw in the dream. The dream did feel prophetic. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but if you've had these kind of dreams, you would understand. Okay, so put it this way: we all have dreams. Dreams have a certain feel, but some dreams feel a little different or very different. Okay, and I've had a few of those in my life that when I woke up, I felt that wasn't a normal dream. That was going to happen. I was being shown something, right? That wasn't from my own imagination or my own desire or, you know, whatever. That was actually going to happen, right? Now, this happened to me before I was Christian. I had a prophetic dream. I also astral projected. So that's scary. You don't want to be doing that, okay? But when you dabble in occult and non-Christian practices of spirituality, you're getting into the occult, right? No matter what it is, no matter what name it's under, if it's not Christian, and even things within so-called Christian circles, if it's not biblical, then you're dabbling in the occult, and you're in danger, right? Astral projection is very dangerous. You can get your soul stuck up there, from my understanding. So I had that dream, and in that dream, there were UFOs firing down, and I was in New York City, and the UFOs were just destroying everything. Guys, this was like, let me think, this was probably 2010. It was like 14 years ago, and I had this dream, and when I woke up, I was like, I know that's going to happen. I don't know how. You know, I don't believe in UFOs at this point in my life. I don't know anything about Project Bluebeam or, you know, flash forward, here we are at the very end of 2024. We got drones all over the sky, and there's videos of them shooting lasers. And I just went to a church service where they said that's what they're going to do. Here we are, guys. God showed me in a dream. I wasn't even living in New York City at the time. I was living across the country. And then then I did moving back to New York City. And at that time, a few years later, I had two Rapture dreams. I had one before I was a Christian, where I was being beamed up in the sky like this, like Stranger Things, like when Max gets, levitated in Stranger Things, and then she puts on Kate Bush, running up that hill, running up that road, no problem. I love that Kate Bush saved her life in that show. Side note, I'm a huge Kate Bush fan, and I just love that they had Kate Bush in that fourth. That's what made me love that show, and I went back and watched it. Started in the fourth season, got hooked, because that's when that song was in there, and then I went back and watched it, and I was like, dang, these kids started when they were like 10. Now they're teenagers. They grew up with the show. Pretty wild. A lot of truth in that movie for sure, too, right? So in that dream, I was getting beamed up, and it was a feeling of fear and terror. And it wasn't the rapture, but it was some kind of, how should I say, UFO government, pretending to be aliens abduction. Okay, anti-gravity technology, which I believe they may have. They definitely have technology of sorts where they can make these flying saucer type deals. Maybe it's reverse engineering, right? Or maybe it's just occult knowledge, which Hitler had, right? He studied the Vedas, which talk about how to make UFOs and flying saucers. They actually give detailed description of how to create anti-gravity flying saucers or flying airplanes, whatever you want to call them. That knowledge was taken to America by the Nazi scientists who came here under Operation Paperclip, who eventually started NASA. NASA was an occult organization. It was created by a bunch of occult people like Jack Parsons who were studying the cult. Okay? And then you have, anyway, let me get back to my dream. So that was one dream. Then I had another dream that I was being raptured. As a Christian, I had rapture dreams. Those were very powerful. I'm blanking on them right now. Maybe for a reason, don't know. But this recent dream happened just yesterday. And so sometimes God gives us dreams and visions. Okay? And the prophets were given dreams and visions. I'm not calling myself a prophet in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that that's how God has operated in the past. It does say in the end times your sons and daughters will dream, and your old men will dream dreams and visions and stuff, right? Is that talking about right now, or is that talking about the time of the Great Tribulation? I believe it's more so talking about the time of Great Tribulation, because we don't see it in mass right now. We see some believers getting dreams and visions, yes. But, my friends, as always, I believe we should take all our dreams and visions, any kind of experience in the spiritual realm, with a grain of salt. In other words, be careful, right? Don't think, I was shown this, so what, right? Pray for understanding, pray for interpretation. It may not be the thing you saw, okay? And it may not be from God. So there are different scenarios, and I just want us to be careful on that, myself included. That's why I'm talking about it. So just because I saw it in a dream doesn't mean it's definitely going to happen, right? It could be symbolic. There's different scenarios. So if you've had dreams, make a video about it, comment about it below. I'd like to know. I take all these things seriously and with heart. At the same time, I take them with a grain of salt. Just because somebody had a dream about something doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? Even if a bunch of people had a dream, that could be a likely situation. But sometimes I see in the Rapture community people making scripture out of dreams, right? So just because a lot of Christians have dreamed one thing doesn't mean it's scripture, doesn't mean it's going to happen. At the same time, maybe it does, maybe it will, right? So, but I think we should ground everything in scripture, is what I'm saying. So, let me know your dreams. Let's keep going, guys. 2024 is almost over. Let's finish strong, we will. And I'll see you in the skies. Peace.